Hello, beautiful students. This is part 5 of interviews. Interviewers are going to ask certain questions. You need to be prepared for all of them. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will feel going in, speaking with the interviewer. And chances are, if you answer those questions the correct way, showcase your fabulous skills, you will rock the interview. Some of the questions they may ask are, what are your key skills? Now, we've done the assessment test, the Myers-Briggs, the DISC test. At this point, you should know some of your key skills. You need to have that list ready to go in your mind. You're going to discuss how you're going to use those key skills in the workplace, or if it's for college, in the classroom or the college campus. What you want to do is avoid clichés and generalities. A cliche is, I'm good with people. No, everybody says that when they don't know what to say. Key skills could include any of those things on your 20 trait list, okay? It could also include things like coding, computer skills, Excel, PowerPoint. It could be things like if you know Photoshop. You don't want to say skills like baking unless you're going to be a baker, unless you're going for a baking assistant job. Now, you want to take these skills and make sure that they are going to fit either what you're going for in your major or how it would fit into a job. For example, I am an excellent cook, but that doesn't really work for an interview for school, correct? Okay, so figure out your key skills. You all have some kind of key skills. Second question they might ask is, what sets you apart from other applicants? What sets you apart from other applicants? Here is your chance to show confidence and to shine without being conceited. Now, you can elaborate on your key skills, or you can go back and refer to your 20 trait list and see how that makes you uniquely you and what you bring to the table. What do you bring to the table in terms of skill, personality, that kind of thing? A good way to do this is to talk about what other past and present employers, coaches, and teachers say about you. At your age, that's pretty much all you've got, right? So think about, and your friends telling you you're fabulous or a great listener, your friend really isn't the kind of reference they're looking for, okay? Neither is your mom or your grandmom, okay? You want teachers, coaches, employers, people that you've already worked with who know you, adults who have worked with you and see what kind of amazing person you are. Another question they're going to ask you is, what are your strengths? You need to be ready with these. And you're going to be ready for this because you will know these inside and out. Refer to your list about what your personal strengths are. And then you need to describe to the interviewer those 2 or 3 skills that you have that are most relevant for the job or for the career path or for the college that you have chosen. Once again, I'm a good people person. I can Netflix binge with the rest of them. I can be on a video game all day. These are not strengths. In fact, most people see these as weaknesses, or you were not prepared for the interview. And another thing about being prepped, the more prepped you are, the more, and it's fine to have them little things memorized in the back of your head, the more they will be impressed that you did the preparation work. Everybody wants a student or a employee who does the homework of life in preparing to do a task. For each strength, and here's the trick, you need to back it up with an example. Telling somebody you're all of these fabulous things and not backing it up with an example is meaningless. It could just be a pack of lies, right? A pack of lies. So, and if you do try just giving them a bunch of adjectives, they might say, "Oh, could you explain how to me? Or can you give me an example of when you use that trait?" And if you have nothing ready, they will see you as a liar. So be prepared to back up everything that you say is a strength with an example. They're also going to ask you, what are your weaknesses? What are your weaknesses? This is a trick. It is a giant, giant trick. If you tell them, "I am lazy, I Netflix binge, I can't get up, I need 10 alarm clocks, my mom has to drag me out of bed by my hair, I can't do anything I have to be told 20 times to do anything," you've just effectively shot yourself in the metaphoric foot. No, it is a trick, and they ask it all the time. This question is the one that will make you or break you. Now, the thing is, you have to be honest. But here's the deal. Two different things. Either think of a weakness that isn't really a weakness. For example, one of my weaknesses, as you can see from the DISC test and the Myers-Briggs, is that I expect a lot of people. But I can take that weakness, which I think is a good thing as a teacher. So I can take that weakness that I have high expectations and say, I have high expectations for my students. And my job is to lift them to the next higher plane of knowledge, to compel them to be all that they can be. See, so I took that my being strict or my having very rigid expectations and twisted it to make it sound good. And they might say, "Well, how is that a weakness?" And I would say, "Well, I always have to check myself to make sure that I don't put my own expectations of perfection on others. And that is something I always work on. I can't expect people to meet my high levels all the time. But as a teacher, it is my job to lift and raise all students." See how I tweak that? The power of words, the power of rhetoric. So I took that weakness and I made it into an actual strength. Now, let's say that your weakness is you are lazy, okay, and have no motivation. First of all, that's probably not a very good weakness to pick, because who would want to hire that? Just saying, okay? So how are you going to, but if you have to say that, if you absolutely have to say that, then you can say, sometimes I tend to be I tend not to be as motivated as I like, but I work on that every day, and I find that a to-do list really helps me. Do you see what you did? You took your weakness and you showed them how you are working to improve it. People like that. If you're just lazy and you ain't gonna do anything about it, they're not impressed. But if you have no motivation and you're lazy, but you show people that how you are working to improve that, and be mindful of your language, how you say that. With all of your faults, and we all have faults, we all have strengths. With all of your faults, you want to show how you are actively working to overcome those faults to become a better, more productive person. Check the description box below for your assignment. Remember, all of this is geared towards you and helping you do the best interview possible and make the best impression on a college recruiter. I've done this lesson, over 15 years. So many students come back to me and they say, "I aced it. I felt good. I did my power pose right before I went in. I aced it. I got the job. I got into the school I wanted. I was prepared." Okay, so Remember, students, stay smart. Bye-bye.